parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, the creepiest part about this video is how quickly this kid's demeanor changes once he realizes the police are onto him. This video starts off right in the action with a police officer asking this young man, "Your parents have some concerns with some stuff they found in your room," and the young man answering promptly, "Yes, a human head and hands." Many of you guys might be familiar with this case because a couple of years ago it went extremely viral, or at least his interrogation footage. The boy seen in this video is Brian Cohey, and back in 2021 at the age of 19, he was arrested for homicide. According to my research, it doesn't really seem like Brian Cohey had a rough upbringing. In fact, it appears pretty standard, but regardless, he still had a very large fascination with the morbid side of things and mortality. Because of this, 6 months leading up to this point, Brian had been obsessed with the thought and idea of taking a human life. So, in 2021, after these 6 months had passed, he decided to go for it. It was nighttime and a full moon was out, and he thought to himself, I can see pretty well in this lighting, so I'm just going to go for it and fulfill my fantasy. Brian had also clearly thought out as to what type of victim he was going to choose. It was either going to be a woman of the night, if you guys know what I mean, you know what I mean, or a homeless person, because both of these people police aren't really going to notice if they go missing. So while driving on the night of February 27th, 2021, he eventually spotted a figure which he realized was a homeless person by the name of Warren Barnes, and decided to get to work, layering up with 3 layers of gloves and grabbing a kitchen knife and going to town. Brian then decided to dismember Mr. Barnes so that he could clean up the scene a little bit more easily, and he put a portion of these body parts into his own vehicle, which he planned on driving into the Colorado River, and then he took this portion of Mr. Barnes as well as the hands. Now, where Brian ultimately ended up messing up in this very twisted and sick tale is that he brought those body parts home and he wrapped them up in his room. His mother, who cleaned his room a short while after this incident happened, discovered this double-lined plastic bag, opened up the first layer, realized there were maggots inside, and called the father. They then realized that Brian's obsession with the morbid had crossed a line and that he had graduated into doing a pretty horrendous action. And it's at this point in the story where we've come full circle. The parents notified the police arrived, and Brian promptly told them what he has in his room, and then later in an interrogation room, he recounts the exact details as to what happened. Ultimately in court, Brian's defense team decided to plead insanity, but it was pretty clear that he knew exactly what he was doing, and this was premeditated, so he was ultimately sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, which is probably a good thing because I believe Brian might have become a serial killer down the line. So that's the story of Brian Cohey and his unfortunate victim, Warren. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.